and welcome back to Europa Universalis. I am Lord Forwind, here playing as the mighty revolutionary Italy Republic. We're not an empire yet. We are trending in that direction slowly. We are currently in war to dissolve the HRE. We are doing pretty well. We've overrun most of Bohemia. We've kicked out Austria, a couple other small nations. It's pretty one-sided with Great Britain, Spain, and Portugal, and me all being against minor powers. I think Bohemia was their only great power. Nope, Bohemia wasn't even a great power. So it's 4 great powers versus none. It's just a matter of time, really. We're going slightly slower than before because of lag, and just to be careful I don't lose any dumb battles, because people have criticized me about that, so I'm going to be a little bit more careful on that fact. We're going to control the Austrian gold mine here at some point, which should be cool. Not that we really need gold, but, you know, when you're going to try and conquer Europe and maybe even recreate the Roman Empire, money matters. We've got roughly 80 years to do so, and we're not going to get anything from this war. So the sooner we can honestly win this war, the better off we're going to be. Which means barraging should be a more common... Wow, that was really small. And Great Britain's going to get trounced there. This one fort here is holding out forever. And we even have siege ability on our side. East Frisia wants peace. No, East Frisia is in fact one of the countries we do need to control. We'll do unrestricted coring distance for now. We still have to get Roma up to 50 development at some point. But of course we've already used our golden age. We used that a while ago. It got us to this wonderful position. So once this fort falls, I think we can get rid of Geltry because we don't need them in the war. Yeah, we shouldn't need them. There we are. Geltry, surely you want peace. Yes, you do. Okay, Geltry is in fact out of the war, which means this is our now new targets. We need Saxony, Hamburg, Hanover, and obviously Bohemia as capital. So I think it's time to march on Hanover and then move north to Hamburg, who's apparently gotten kicked out of Hamburg by Hanover, which is a little confusing. There's a lot of H's up there, isn't there? Saxony and then Bohemia. Okay, Bohemia is falling. Saxony has to wait until we can get past Bohemia. We probably could sneak our way in there now, but I don't want to be that overexposed. But we're going to win a fight up here, which I didn't even know we were really doing, but we won. They don't even have a fort in their capital, so that's going to be an easy victory. Other than that, we've lost a lot of troops. Wow. Still converting stuff. Oh, that one's occupied, that's why I can't convert it yet. Once it's converted though, most provinces are fairly loyal. We're going to get another idea group here in a couple techs. Our own quantity, just for the recovery. I think our last one, either humanist or influence. However, I think we've hit the point where we don't really have to concern ourselves with the opinions of mere mortal empires, to sound very arrogant about it, just because of how large we are. He should be beaten here. We'll have to be a little bit careful with generals. We don't have one. He does. We have better troops, though. Okay. Better troops makes all the difference in this case. We're actually doing really well on discipline for not having a lot of absolutism. Okay, Hanover has been occupied. We can't get there from here, so let's go for this fort instead. Wallonia, Saxony, and Hamburg. Getting to Hamburg, of course, is the problem. Praha has fallen. Okay, that is Bohemia's capital, which means it's time to move on to Saxony's capital. And that means the only person we're really after is Hamburg. It was proving slightly tricky to get to. Saxony's capital fort is apparently very weak. Is there anyone else we can safely peace out? Würzburg, maybe. Nope, they still want to be in the war. They would be one to peace out, or I could possibly take their province. It really doesn't matter. We'll actually repay the loan. Oh yeah, we're still trying to pay off some of that debt we got from switching empire status, I think. Or maybe we're not. Maybe we've actually already paid that back. Actually, I'm curious. Does Hanover have unique ideas? They must, right? Half decent ones. Fire damage, discipline, cavalry combat. Other than that, I'm not overwhelmingly impressed. What just fell? Trenton. Hey, we finally took that fort on their border that we've been sieging pretty much the whole war. Austria wants military access, that's fine. Saxony's lands have fallen. We are going to re-elect our current ruler. I'm going to strengthen government a little bit. Amazing the amount of bonuses you get. There we go. More progress. Really, the last obstacle to the HRE is a fort in Hamburg, of all places. You just got to remember to turn down every single peace offer that we get. And the guy I just re-elected died. That's awkward. Not going to bother trying to keep him alive for a couple extra months. I'll just peace out of it now. Yeah, there's nowhere really to march. Current ruler's greedy. Not so good. Let's send you guys to Hamburg. I guess I'll continue just randomly occupying regions, huh? Actually, I could probably start to move my troops backwards now. We don't really need much more out of this war. I don't even know if we're going to take land from Saxony, or it's just occupy what we can. The power of mercenaries. We pretty much risk nothing in these half the wars. Cloth was army maintenance. Interesting. Of course, it's tough to tell what the actual modifier is because I have to try and find it in this list of things. Merc maintenance. Cool. So apparently owning cloth is a good thing for us. Actually, they do have a fort left. We are so close to dissolving the HRE. I've already done the achievement for dissolving the HRE, but it's always fun to do it again. Okay, another fort on Bohemia. I don't know if we're going to take much land from Bohemia. I think we're going to more likely release land to Poland, who actually kind of likes us. Sadly, we cannot vassalize them. They would be a great person to actually vassalize because they have lots of claims in this region, but unfortunately that's not a possibility. And also, unfortunately, Great Britain's leader of the siege, so I can't barrage it, which is a little bit awkward. Considering they have, what, 3 troops there and I have immensely more. Wurzburg can leave. They're not an elector. Let's just double check that. Yeah. I don't want to... Actually, no. They can't leave yet because their fort hasn't fallen. The 80,000 Portuguese troops is not enough yet. Also, apparently Denmark's doing something. It's attacking Hanover. Interesting. Taking advantage, clearly, of the weakness of the HRE to try and snag some land. Development's pretty good up here. A lot of their capitals are 30, 40 development. Germany is rich. Part of the benefit of me not taking much land here is that this war will almost not matter at all in terms of aggressive expansion, which is pretty much the point, is to break Bohemia's power and to get rid of some of the other annoying things. Interesting, they get reaction because they're at war with me. Oh, except that my government is not a monarchy. Hamburg has fallen. It's now on to Hamburg's cap. Hamburg has fallen. Now it's time to move on to Hamburg's other province, which is their capital. Or their only province, which is their capital. It's a little weird when you have one province countries that don't own their one province country province. Like Frankfurt not owning Frankfurt. It's a little bit strange. Okay, still got spread the revolution versus everybody. We should probably put at least one of these diplomats, or two of these diplomats, towards outraged countries. Then stop bothering spying on the Ottomans. They're no threat anymore. The only threat the Ottomans really are is just numbers. If you break their numbers, they're pretty useless. Oh, come on, Hamburg. Please just give up already. Everybody wants peace. There we go. So I guess the new goal is to try and form Rome out of this. Anyway, Dithmarschen has occurred, by the fall of Dithmarschen, or however you say it, and that means dismantle the HRE. It's done. The HRE no longer exists. So we kind of did what Napoleon did and got rid of the HRE stuff. Is there anybody I can vassal? I can vassalize Hamburg at the cost of a potential coalition. I think I'm going to do that. There we go. Because now that Hamburg's mine, I can give it back some of these northern provinces. Actually, they're not in the war, so that's going to be tricky. We can at least give them back Hamburg itself, which will make them have like 70 development. I don't think there's anyone else I can vassalize in this. Hanover should be too large. I'll have to double check that. Yeah, way too large. So we're going to have them return Hamburg to Hamburg and Magdeburg to Saxony. Actually, no, let's not do Magdeburg to Saxony. Let's just release Verdun. Oh, that's actually going to cause a coalition, so let's not do that. Let's just do... that's frustrating. Let's force them to release that. And let's look about all we can do. let's start moving the troops back to our lands. They're no longer really needed up here. The war's over anyhow. Victory is ours. It's just a matter of declaring victory and going home. Take that province, I'm curious. Nope, too big. I know we're going to get a coalition, but I prefer my coalition to be against one of the great powers, not a minor one. Seems a little bit wrong to get into a mess over like 1 or 2 provinces. Plus we already got 3 provinces from Austria, which isn't bad. We'll piece you out here. Yep. You're marching back, you're marching back, you're marching back, you're marching back, and that is, yeah, we don't need that province anyhow. We'll march back to Venice. So, how do we want to do this? Würzburg should peace out soon. We'll speed it up again now because it's not lagging as much, plus we're not at war. They actually still want to stay in this war, which is hilarious. Bohemia. I would like these 4 provinces. That would be a coalition, though. Or I could force them to do some of that. I'd honestly like to force them to return land to Poland. Where's Poland stuff? There we go. We'll restore some of Poland's empires, which will weaken Bohemia, also make Poland absolutely adore us for the time being. Saxony, on the other hand, I don't know if we actually want to do anything to Saxony. Well, yes, we would like to convert them to Protestant. I could make them a vassal, but that would definitely cause a coalition. Let them return a province and give me money. So there we go. HRE has been dissolved. Things will carry on the way they are. However, we are now in a great position if we want you to go after the Ottomans, who are not allied to anybody that matters. So we'll probably do that, which means I should divert these troops to the Ottoman border. Okay, and I have this army way up here. Okay, so successful war, successful land grab. Time to recover and try to rebuild for the Ottoman War. We have 1 loan left. We have 1 vassal now who's a little bit unhappy with us. Only reason I took them is because they're not a bad person to have on my side. Plus little vassal allows for feeding of lands in the next wars. I think I'll just improve relations with them for the moment. It's going to take a while for me to get troops to the Ottoman border. Oh yes, I should merge my 2 immensely large fleets together so that they dominate the Mediterranean. I believe, yeah, that is not all my ships yet built. Still got a few more to build. However, despite launching a war that engaged a good portion of Europe, there could be a coalition versus me. It's not overwhelmingly massive. France isn't involved, Russia isn't involved. Pretty much everyone involved we just beat in a war anyhow. No land grab, but a dissolution of the HRE, which is always a good start. We don't have any of this land that we need. France, Italy, Iberia, Balkans, Mashriq, Anatolia. Anatolia and Mashriq are going to take a couple wars because that's the Ottomans. France, of course, is the problem as it is. The other interesting thing is I could refrain from turning into a revolutionary empire and just go back to my standard sortition type government, which gave me absurd amounts of monarch points, especially since it doesn't impact absolutism. That is something to consider. Anyhow, that will be it for this episode. We've pretty much done all we can do right now. It's a matter of regrouping, rebuilding, and then fighting the Ottomans, which our manpower regens rather quickly. Honestly, I forgot to switch away from my current government form. I forgot to switch away from my faction, so that's why I had such high aggressive expansion. That's unfortunate. Suez Canal is finished, though, which is awesome. Do I get any... Okay, we're good. We'll pay off this loan, and we are now in great shape. So, tons of money. We didn't run out of manpower. Tons of mercs. We're in good shape. We're in very good shape. So, thank you guys all for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying this. And go check out the Crusader Kings 2 game I'm messing around on. And I hope to see you guys all next time as we now continue the hunt for the Roman Empire. Bye for now.